The ANC in the Eastern Cape is facing fresh political turmoil as its provincial secretary is accused of interfering in Buffalo City's municipal affairs. Once seen as a stable province, the region is now the center of a fierce power struggle threatening to fracture the party from within. Allegations suggest the secretary has overstepped his mandate, manipulating appointments and influencing decisions to tighten his grip on local governance. The fallout has sparked outrage among ANC members and opposition leaders, raising calls for national intervention. As service delivery stalls and internal trust crumbles, the party faces growing pressure to act. What's unfolding isn't just a scandal, it's a serious political crisis. The African National Congress in the Eastern Cape is facing yet another storm of internal discord, and this time the target of the political firestorm is none other than the provincial secretary himself. Accusations are flying, tempers are flaring, and the delicate balance of power within one of the ANC's most influential provinces is rapidly unraveling. At the center of it all lies Buffalo City, a key metro in the province's political machinery, now turned battleground amid claims of interference, factional manipulation, and covert attempts to control governance structures from behind the scenes. The ANC's Eastern Cape provincial secretary is being accused of meddling in Buffalo City municipality's affairs, using his position to exert influence over council decisions, appointments, and resource allocations. The allegations, leveled by both opposition leaders and increasingly disgruntled ANC insiders, paint a picture of a leader who has crossed the line between political coordination and institutional capture. If true, the implications are severe, not just for governance in Buffalo City, but for the stability of the ANC's provincial leadership and the broader image of a party already plagued by trust issues. This isn't just another squabble over power. It's part of a deeper crisis within the ANC, where internal factionalism, personal rivalries, and strategic maneuvering are undermining the very structures meant to deliver services to the people. Buffalo City has been long regarded as a strategic prize, both economically and politically. Its budget, location, and symbolic value make it a focal point for any party seeking influence in the Eastern Cape. That the ANC holds it now should be an asset. But if what's unfolding behind closed doors is anything to go by, it's fast becoming a liability. Municipal insiders claim that the secretary has been handpicking allies for key roles, pressuring councillors to toe a certain line, and influencing procurement decisions that should be handled independently. Meetings, they say, are being called not in the name of governance, but of control. And in a metro already wrestling with service delivery issues, corruption allegations, and a deeply frustrated citizenry, the intrusion of provincial politics into municipal functions is making things worse. What's making this moment even more combustible is the silence from the provincial executive. Instead of distancing itself from the scandal or launching an internal inquiry, the ANC leadership in Bisho appears to be closing ranks. Calls for accountability have been met with deflection. Questions have been sidestepped. And the perception is growing that power, rather than principle, is the currency of the day. For a party that once prided itself on discipline and internal democracy, this is a far cry from the ideals it claims to uphold. The fallout has already begun. Senior ANC members in Buffalo City are reportedly preparing to take the matter to Luthuli House, demanding intervention from the national leadership before the situation escalates further. There are whispers of revolt, of councillors refusing to follow provincial directives, of internal memos being leaked, of war room meetings where loyalty is being tested and power plays planned. Some ANC members believe that if the secretary is not reined in soon, it could trigger a full-scale rebellion within the Metro Caucus, one that would embarrass the provincial office and potentially cost the party its grip on a crucial municipality. The opposition, meanwhile, is seizing the moment. The DA and EFF have already begun crafting narratives around ANC dysfunction, painting Buffalo City as the latest victim of a party that cannot separate politics from governance. They've accused the ANC of prioritizing internal turf wars over the needs of residents. And in a city where potholes, water outages, and housing issues dominate daily life, the idea that politicians are focused on backroom deals rather than service delivery is a potent weapon. But beyond the politics lies a more pressing issue: the erosion of public trust. The people of Buffalo City are not blind to what's happening. They hear the rumors. They see the delays. They feel the consequences of a system bogged down by infighting. For them, the question is simple: if the ANC cannot manage itself, how can it manage a city? This scandal also lands at a particularly sensitive time for the ANC nationally. The party is still reeling from its worst electoral performance in democratic history, forced into coalition arrangements across the country and fighting to reinvent its image in the eyes of a disillusioned public. In that context, the Eastern Cape was supposed to be a stronghold, one of the few provinces where the ANC could still claim dominant political ground. That it is now engulfed in controversy over alleged abuse of internal power structures is deeply damaging. National figures are said to be watching closely. With general elections only a few years away, and local government coalitions becoming more fragile by the day, the ANC cannot afford another scandal in one of its core provinces. The concern is not just about Buffalo City, it's about what this says regarding how the party functions when it thinks no one is watching. If power is being used to intimidate rather than uplift, if appointments are made for loyalty rather than merit, then the ANC may be digging its own grave from the inside out. The accused secretary has denied the claims, calling them baseless and politically motivated. He argues that his involvement in Buffalo City is part of his broader mandate to strengthen ANC structures and ensure unity. He has accused his detractors of being aligned with factions that lost at the provincial conference and are now seeking revenge through manufactured controversies. His supporters claim this is all smoke and mirrors, a coordinated smear campaign by those jealous of his influence and threatened by his rise. But denials won't be enough to stop the bleeding. Trust, once lost, is hard to regain. The ANC has a decision to make: investigate the allegations transparently and take corrective action, or risk being viewed as a party that protects its own, no matter the cost to governance. The citizens of Buffalo City don't need another political war. They need clean governance, accountability, and leadership that places public service above party power games. As this story unfolds, one thing is certain: the ANC in the Eastern Cape is at a crossroads. What happens next will either reinforce its credibility or confirm its critics. Will the secretary step aside pending investigation? Will the provincial executive show backbone? Or will the scandal be swept under the rug like so many before it?